Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here with Fred and Tank, and we're going to demonstrate all the obedience commands he's learned here at school. We're going to start off by introducing the training equipment. Fred's got a standard 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, which leaves his left hand free to make a correction, which is a simple tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment. And we'll show you how to properly work with that when Tank comes home. And we're going to start off with heeling, which is properly walking on the leash. And the command is Tank heel. And you notice Fred's got Tank trained very nicely where he walks right on his left hand side, and that's where all of the training is going to take place. And incorporated into the heel is an automatic sit. So as you notice, whenever Fred stops walking with Tank, he sits automatically and waits for that next command. And this is nice if you're trying to talk to a friend or a neighbor across the street. He does that automatic sit just like there. Now the next command we're going to show you is the stationary stay command.
Okay.
It's a hand and a voice command, and just like that, you use the flat of your left hand and just the one-word firm command to stay. We don't want to say Tank stay, we just want to say stay. The only time you're going to use his name is when you're heeling with him or when you're calling him. Now as Fred returns back to him, he walks around his left-hand side, gets back to his right, and he walks around Tank for an added distraction. We want him to hold that sit-stay for us, and which he did very, very nicely. I think one of Tank's strong suits is his obedience. Again, just the one-word firm command to stay, and this gives him something to do. He's a working dog and they were bred for a specific reason. So this obedience thing is good for Tank. This is our recall or the come command. The command is Tank come. He's been trained to come right back to you, and when he gets to you, sit automatically. I notice he hesitated on that automatic sit briefly. Fred said all he had to do was say no. Beautiful. These sit stays that you see Fred doing here right now start off at about 1 minute or so. Gradually you'll work your way up to 3 minutes. One of the most important things, nice automatic sit there. One of the most important things with Tank too is going to be working him in obedience inside your home. You don't need a lot of space. I know he's a big dog. But practice these commands in your living room. It's going to make him realize that he has to behave when he's off his leash as well. It's another nice automatic sit. Another nice sit. Now the next command that Fred's going to show you is going to be our down command. This is our down from heel position. Fred uses the flat of his left hand again and push that towards the ground, and the one-word firm command to down. And then he gave him a stay command after that. Now your down stays last a little bit longer than your sit stays. Start off at roughly 3 minutes, work your way up to 5 minutes. If you do have a fenced-in area, you can drop the leash and go back even further after you guys practice. Switch it up a little bit. Fred heels Tank out of that. And you notice he's walking very nicely on Fred's left. He's not lagging behind. He's not pulling. Fred will talk to him and give him a little verbal praise throughout the training process. But save the bulk of your praise towards the very end. Again, Fred just put him into a down stay. Again, the flat of his left, flat of his hand. He was getting a little distracted and was itching and stuff like that. Fred told him no, went right back to that command. It's always important to finish those commands on your terms.
Tank, come. Good boy.
One thing to keep in mind too when you're working with Tank at home, keep your training sessions relatively short. If you do them 2, 3, 4 times a week, that's fine, but keep them about 10 or 15 minutes per session. They don't need to be long and drawn out to be effective. Another nice automatic sit. And then the last command that Fred's going to demonstrate for you is going to be our down from a distance. He's distracted by his squirrels. What's going on? And that was the down from a distance. Fred put him in a sit stay, went to the end of the 6-foot leash, and then used his right hand in the one-word firm command to down. Now we showed you his heel, sit, down, stay, and the come command. We want to thank you so much for using Nora's Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.